Hi, welcome back everybody who's been following in this series. So if you've been following along, you know we're getting ready to start our Unit 2, which is antitrust laws. And this is for all real estate, not just state of Maryland. This is for Maryland may have their own specific laws, but basically it's for everybody. So don't let this Maryland intimidate you here. This is for everybody in the country, all states in the country. In the United States. For those international, I have no idea. You would have to find a different video or study guide for that. So let's go on. If you need to review anything else, you can go back and look at some of the other videos. We got 8 lessons in this unit, by the way. All right, another area where licensees can inadvertently run afoul of the law is antitrust. Like RESPA, antitrust laws were developed to protect the consumer. The two are similar, but RESPA is more concerned about keeping a lid on consumer costs by requiring disclosure and prohibiting payment of fees between settlement service providers. Antitrust laws is concerned with the restraint of trade and creating an unfair marketplace. And it can also result in increased costs for consumers as well as other options. Okay, so let's look at the little picture. Antitrust elements. So, although antitrust can and does several forms in real estate, the central elements of an antitrust violation involves a contract between organizations, conspiracy between competitors to unreasonably restrain trade, and it's a violation of antitrust laws. So you would have to go into the Federal Trade Commission is the one who regulates these. Let's go over here and look at our resource, and it's going to give us some of these acts, and you don't have to memorize all of these. What you need to do is know how to apply them throughout your career. Basically, you have to have a knowledge of what you can't do. You don't have to, you can't price fix, okay? You don't have to memorize that this is the Sherman Act. That's not what's going to happen here. What you do need to know is that you cannot prohibit mergers or acquisitions. You cannot price fix. You cannot do boycotts, market allegation. And I doubt you're ever going to be in these kind of situations. But if you are, you know that you cannot do them. And it's important that you know you can't do them. And you might have 1 or 2 questions on your exam, your real estate license exam that you have to take to become a realtor. The violations share key similarity. They involve an agreement between competitors and restrain trade unreasonably. Some practices are deemed automatically unlawful, and persuade means that the guilt is established on the face of the circumstances. Antitrust enforcement is used to investigate suspected antitrust violations. All right, I think that's about it on that. All right, as monopolies began to take over entire industries, antitrust laws were enacted. Which of these were goals of those laws? Okay, I'm not sure if this is correct. And we got it right. Yay. So if you need a screenshot, there you go. All right, describe the antitrust laws and match it to the appropriate one. Like I said on the test, you're not gonna have to memorize these things. Prohibit monopolies and actions that cause an unreasonable restraint of trade. Further the scope of other acts that would create monopolies and reduce competition. I think it would be Clayton, I guess. And then this one would be FTC. And I only know this because I'm looking at my resource over here. I don't have them memorized. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, you sure can. I'm going to leave this up for a second for those who are taking pictures. Okay, let's go on. All right, enforcement of antitrust laws occurs at various levels. Which of these three parties are involved? Department of Justice, Office of Partner. Let's see, I know the Department of Justice is. Federal Trade Commission. It's another one. I don't know who the other one is. Let's see if we can figure it out here by looking at our resource. Office of the Inspector General, probably. State's Attorney. State Attorney General. Let's see. There you go. Okay, so there's your screenshot if you need to keep an eye on that one. Now, these kinds of questions here may come up. It might. Honestly, antitrust rarely happens. I've never seen it. I've never seen anybody violate it. I don't think it's a common thing. All right, common forms of antitrust violations seen in real estate. Okay. I've never seen price fixing, but maybe it happened. I don't know. Okay, I've never seen it. This is a violation. Individual boycotts probably is. Oh, let's see. Price fixing, group boycotts is. Okay, let's see. What's per se, you say? Per se is the guilt is established on the face of the circumstances. No need to prove intent. Bam, you're guilty. There's no excuse that will be permitted. Per se guilt is determined when there's an agreement between competing entities. All right, so in the real estate industry, the most common types of per se antitrust concerns are price fixing and group boycotts. All right, price fixing and group boycotts. Tie-in arrangements, I don't see anything on here for that. But there are also market allegations. Okay, there it is. All right, so basically all of these, all of them are violations. If anybody needs to take a screenshot of anything, here you go. I'm going to leave it up here for a few seconds, and then I'm going to take it off. I have no examples of any of these to help you out, because I've never seen anybody violate these things. Okay, one factor must exist for an action to become a violation. Which of the following must take place for a violation to occur? I'm thinking intent. No. Okay, circumstance. Okay, of course it's agreement because that's the only one we unpicked. Without agreement, there's no violation. Okay, an agreement must take place before a violation occurs. Process of elimination here. All right, per se, they're guilty. No need to prove it. It's all a matter per se. What does per se mean? Correct. There's no need to prove intent if certain actions were taken. All right, so that's the end of lesson 1. That's a good 10 minutes. That's pretty good. So The next one is Maryland antitrust law. It might be specific to Maryland. I have no clue yet. I haven't hit on it, but you might want to come check it out because it might not be. All right, I will see you on the next lesson.